There comes a moment in every person's life when they have to ask themselves a hard question. Are my dreams worth pursuing, or will I be content to simply turn them into hobbies? I don't really think of myself as much of a religious man. I tried that for many years and, well, to be blunt, it left me a little disappointed. But there is something that I do believe. I believe there is a God. And I believe He has opinions, desires, creative ideas. I believe that He has an infinite imagination. And I also believe that He reveals Himself to those who seek Him. Now, of course, you're entitled to your own opinions. That's the beauty of free will. But in my mind, it stands to reason that if there is an intelligent designer behind all things, well, then He probably has some opinions as to how I should live the life He gave me. And, incidentally, that's what brings me to the whole point of this story. Several years ago, my wife and I began to realize that the life we were living was not the right one for us. But what do you do when you wake up from a long sleep and suddenly realize that you're in the wrong life? In our case, that realization set in motion a rather long sequence of events. Long story short, and a surplus of details left out, a couple of months ago, I decided it was time to resign from my current job. So I quit. But not because I hated my work, and not even because my work was necessarily hard. I resigned because I knew I needed to investigate these deeper rumblings in my heart. You see, it's kind of like this. Now follow me closely. If I truly believe that there is a God, and if I believe that He created me for a purpose, if I believe that He is the one who put these desires deep in my heart, then I owe it to myself and the rest of the world to follow these desires and see where they lead to. So for me, that meant quitting my job. For me, it meant putting my fledgling faith on trial. So, as a family, we made a decision. And here's what we did. First off, we planned a massive yard sale and we sold the bulk of our earthly possessions. Then we started packing. And after that, we took a few trips. We kept our hearts open. We kept our eyes open. We saw some new country. We sought, high and low, for the promised land. We saw mountain ranges, quaint little towns, big cities, sandy beaches, and miles of highway. We faced discouragement, sickness, car troubles, and far too many nights living out of suitcases. And after weeks of searching, and hours of scrolling, we finally had to face the hard reality that finding a home that would meet our expectations, a place we could enjoy, well, it would require sacrifices that none of us were willing to make. Simplified, it's something like this. Life's too short to sign a 30-year deal on a place you don't like to work a job you can't stand. No, I can't say this loud or strong enough, but every one of our attempts to find a home ended very poorly. Now, let me jump forward in this story a bit. A few weeks ago, we were spending a bit of our savings driving up along the northeast coast when an idea slowly started to work its way into our minds. Maybe, just maybe, we were going about this the wrong way. Maybe we weren't actually supposed to be looking for a house at all. But if not a house, then what else? Where does a fella go when he wants to stay free from society's shackles, but he also needs a dry place to sleep? Well, maybe you guessed it by now, but our search led us here. And here we sat, inking the deal on a used camper.
All right, this one just means that you're becoming the owners today. This is our acceptance of retail delivery.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. These kids are crazy, right? And how the heck is this going to work? And you might be right. Maybe we are crazy. But when I consider the journey we've been on, when I consider the providential winds that have been blowing, when I consider all of the details that I never bothered to share in this video, I can't help but reach a very simple conclusion. This is the right way for us, for now. No, I don't have all of the answers yet, but neither do you, so don't get all sanctimonious on me. All I can say is this. For the moment, my soul is still intact. For the moment, I haven't yet sacrificed the things I believe I'm called to do. Anyhow, from here on out, the Ben Orvis channel might look a little different. My family and I will be in the wind for a while. We'll be taking one day at a time. And truth is, I don't know where this will lead, but I have a feeling it'll be an interesting ride. So I hope you'll come along with us. But that's it. That's all for now. I need to run along. So I'll leave you with these words. The day you set out to investigate the deep desires in your heart, I assure you there will be plenty of people who roll their eyes and tell you all the things that could go wrong with your pathetic little plan. But I ask you this. How will you ever know unless you first go out and try? There comes a moment in every person's life when they have to ask themselves a hard question. Are my dreams worth pursuing, or will I be content simply turning them into hobbies? Until next time, as always, thanks for the company.